My name is Marissa Joseph, also known as Mojo, and I have the pleasure and also privilege of working with Culture Collision 2022 this year after the 2-year hiatus. And so I'm so excited that we get to come back to this spark of an event, or I've heard this rebirth of an event. Bottom line is definitely an energy that Culture Collision creates. And I'm very excited that I get to be one of those people that I get to be a bridge for both sides, for the organizing team and then for all of the participants. So on the other line, I have Shannon with Friends of New Orleans Public Library. So
Exactly.
Shannon, I just want to say thank you. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much.
No problem. I love your glasses. I feel like every time
I love yours.
Thank you. That's the only thing. I really want to get LASIK, but then I'm like, wait.
No.
But
this is jewelry for my face. I love it. I'll never take these off. No LASIKs.
Okay, I like that. Jewelry for my face. So Speaking of all of this hand face action that I'm giving, you all, it appears that you do a lot to support artists in New Orleans. So can you talk a little bit about what you all do to provide spaces for artists or just options for artists to come and engage with the library?
Absolutely. So Friends of New Orleans Public Library is a nonprofit organization that you want to imagine is the fundraising, but also the advocacy arm of the library. We are the ones who are out there talking about the library and what it offers, and just letting everyone know about what a great resource we have in our New Orleans Public Library. So we're mainly run by volunteers, Mojo. We raise money so we can have public programs at the library. For example, we had programs this summer where we had great artists, like Luther Gray came in with Bambula 2000 to do drumming workshops for kids, all for free. We had Electric Girls come in and they did soldering workshops for girls, again, all for free. And it's our responsibility and our pleasure to go out and raise money to keep those programs at the public library and keep them free to the public. I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, the library was where I went when I wanted just to, find a book, find a place to relax, get new information. And we want people to know that even, in this time, a few years out from the pandemic, libraries are open. We're ready for you to come on back in. And there's something for everyone at the library, no matter how old you are. So the thing that we do to raise
That's definitely true.
Oh, for sure. But what we do to raise the money is we sell books at 2 used bookstores, one at Algiers Regional Library on the West Bank and one behind the Ladder Library on St. Charles Avenue. And I will not lie to you, Mojo, I just came onto this job about 6 months ago. And when I heard book sales, I was thinking it's a few books, it's not a lot. No, Friends of New Orleans Public Library processes over 100,000 used books a year, donated to us by the wonderfully generous people of Metro New Orleans. Our volunteers process them, sort out what we can sell. They handle everything, make an attractive store space, and sell these books to the public at very inexpensive prices to raise money for the library.
Oh my God, 100,000?
I'm sure over 100,000. The books come in. Mojo, if you stood in our bookstore when we're taking in books, people just keep driving up and dropping them off. And we appreciate it. We tell people we can take anything except for encyclopedias, no textbooks, nothing dirty, nothing missing a book jacket. But other than that, bring it on. We want to take a look at it. So what we do for artists, I feel, is we have tremendous books at the best prices. So if you are looking for books just for inspiration, if you're looking for books to cut up for collage, come to Friends of New Orleans Public Library bookstores, because the books are there, the prices are great, and I guarantee you are going to find some treasures.
Wow. I'm just shocked that there's so many opportunities just with book. Like, I know the library has a lot of different opportunities, but the fact that you all can just have such a volume of information at a very reasonable price.
Yeah, I mean, our
it's like Barnes and Noble for free.
Well, it's funny you say that. A couple of weeks ago, I had a parent who came in and she said, I can come in here with my son who was little. He was about 5 years old. And she said, I can spend $18 for a book at Target, or I can get 18 books for him with you. Because all of our kids' books are $1. And that's what makes me so happy is
Oh,
when I
wait, it's
see
not free, it's discounted.
this is at our Friends of New Orleans Public Library book sales. So yeah,
Okay,
we'll talk about free books in a second when we talk about the library. So the
okay.
books we're talking about now, Friends of New Orleans Public Library has used books for sale. If you are like me, and like a lot of people are, we like to have that physical book in our hand and we want it on our shelf and we're not going to let it go. So if you're that type of person and you want to own the book, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, go to the Friends book sales at the Ladder Library and in Algiers, and the prices are cheap. Also, parents want to have, book nooks that they set up.
Excuse me, the Ladder Library is the one that's around Uptown?
It's on St. Charles Avenue,
Okay,
5120 St. Charles Avenue, and it's located behind the library in what we call the carriage house. So it's a
okay.
multi-room building. You come in, and again, Mojo, I did not understand how big the book sales were, how many rooms the carriage house has filled with books for sale. It's really amazing to see. So I encourage everyone, come to the book sales. We have them on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at the Ladder Library from 10 to 2. And then we also have them in Algiers on Saturday only from 10 to 2. So again, if you're looking for books to cut up for collage or for art, come to us. If you just want great books at a great price, come to us. If you're
It's
like
amazing.
me, oh yeah, it's great. I'm really happy when I see like little kids will come in and they might have like $5 of birthday money and they can get 5 little books for that, which makes me very happy because these days we're all trying to stretch $1. And I just don't think that money should be a reason, to keep kids from books. Everyone should have access to books. If you want to do what I do all the time and check out books for free at your public library, first thing you need is your library card, easy to get at each branch.
And it's free.
And free. This is your public library. Use it. That's what I tell people all the time. We as taxpayers put money into it, use it. And the resources for artists are unreal. Just my office is located at the main library downtown. That's where we're speaking now. And I was just walking through the first floor and I started pulling out, just walking, all these resources for artists. I mean, if you want inspiration, Carol Walker, we know, excellent American artist and sculptor, a book on one of her large scale sculptures that she just did a few years ago. Tremendous inspiration. If you want to get into the theater, we have the Stage Actors Handbook ready for you, giving you the advice that you need. You just want some inspiration, Japanese design. It's all here. And guess what? I can take this home for 2 weeks and it doesn't cost me a dime.
And it's not going to just sit in your house because, sometimes you have books and you've spent all this money and it's like, I have not gotten to this book yet, or I'm done with it. I'm not going back to it. And it's just sitting there. So the fact that, you can go to the library, get information that either you're interested in learning, or, it may be something that at that point, you're serious about learning it. It's not just an interest. You're ready to move on to that next step. The library is such a great resource. And New Orleans Library, I can honestly say, I'm always impressed by, I'm a person, I've lived throughout Louisiana, and I can honestly say New Orleans has such a good public system. Excuse me, my screen went blank. It has such a good public system whenever it does come time to access, especially with the New Orleans Parks and Recreations, and then with the library. Yes, we do have to have activities all around the state, but the level that New Orleans definitely puts on for public service, I'm always amazed, amazed.
Oh, I agree. And I think we have to get away from this narrative that for something to be valuable, it has to have a cost, that you have to pay for it to be quote unquote good. There are so many free activities at the library that are such high quality and that people need to take advantage of. So what I would tell people is, if you're looking to know what's going on at your library, the website is nolalibrary.org. You can see what activities are happening at a branch near you. If you're interested in learning more about us, the Friends of New Orleans Public Library, We always want to be their biggest cheerleader. Check us out at friendsnola.org. And if you want to support your library and get some shopping done, buy your used books with us, because that money goes back into the programming that the library offers. And to your point about the quality of our library system, I think it's because the library branches recognize the neighborhoods around them and try to bring in programming that reflects where they are. You know, New Orleans is such a city of neighborhoods, and every neighborhood has a different feel. And I find that all of the branches have a different feel. And
they really do.
Oh, I find that the librarians work really hard to bring things into their branches that are going to be of interest to people in their area. But of course, if you have a library card, you can go to any branch, enjoy activities wherever. You know, I would just tell people it's free, it's yours, take advantage of it. But particularly artists. I mean, I'm thinking about how many art projects I've started and never finished. And maybe I would have finished if I'd gotten a little more instruction or had a few more ideas about how to execute. And
y'all have workshops.
We have workshops. I mean, we have online resources for crafters. So again, if you go to noalibrary.org, you can find that. I just think
and for you mommies with toddlers,
yes,
there's definitely story time.
Oh, story time. Are you kidding? I was at Lego Club on Saturday. That was quite the scene. I'm telling you, believe me, this was a scene. There's some Lego draws people from all over. And it was just a great thing to see kids all together, working next to each other, not knowing each other, but just working parallel, putting their pieces together. And again, it's low cost for the library, but it has a big impact. You know, it's not just kids playing with Lego, it's kids getting to know each other, you know, getting out, you know, being in the library. So not just doing Lego, but also getting to explore the shelves and finding books to take home. I mean, there are just so many resources. I cannot say enough about the library, and I'm just so proud to be able to work in support of it. So my hope at Culture Collision is that we're going to meet a lot of people that we can introduce to friends of the library, but also let them know the library is there if they need any resources to support, you know, whatever artistic endeavor they're pursuing.
Oh my God, you ended it for me. I didn't even
there
have
you go.
To say, there we go.
There you go. Let me do
everybody.
I'll do one plug for an event we have coming up. We have an event. Absolutely. It's on November 12th. That's a Saturday at the Ladder Library. It's called the Really, Really Big Book Sale. And this is when we get wild and we pull out all the folding tables, put them in front of the library, and bring out all of these used books that we have stored and put them up for sale. So it is going to be a mega sale, price to move. So if you're interested in used books, come on out on November 12th. But again, knowing I'm talking to artists, we do have a lot of artists who come to us who are looking for certain papers, certain materials for collage. We do have a lot of vintage and antique books for sale. So if anybody's looking for particular types of paper that they want to cut up and use in their artworks, come and check us out because we have it. You know, we would love to be able to share it with artists in our area.
Beautiful. Y'all hear that? So artists, make sure you go and take advantage of these affordable resources that are truly and clearly available to all of you. So make sure you're out there on November 12th, correct?
November 12th. And everything that you purchase supports New Orleans Public Library, which is
that's going to come back to you again.
Exactly.
Eventually it's going to come back to you again. So
exactly.
Get your education, get your interest, get whatever piques your spirit, whatever piques your mind and sparks it. Make sure you go to New Orleans Public Library. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate your time. And I look forward to seeing you at Culture Collision.
I will see you with bells on at Culture Collision. Nice to talk to you.
Bells on.
Good. Oh yeah, and with my glasses on, of course.
I'm gonna make sure I wear mine too. Maybe I don't know. I don't know the look yet. I'm going for.
I got you. We'll see. But whatever it is, it's going to be great. But thank you so much for having us. And again, Friends of New Orleans Public Library, friendsnola.org. Thank you so much. All righty. Bye-bye. Take care.